I'm Derek. I sing.
I'm Mike, and I play bass.
We're doing an interview with the VA now. What's the best experience you had on this tour?
It's a tough one.
Yeah. I think the UK with Polar and Former Thieves. I mean, that was the first week of the tour. We're only like 8 days in, 7 or 8 days in right now. So I think the first 5 days were just bangers.
Yeah. That band Polar's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good.
We knew the guys in Former Thieves and Code Orange Kids going into this, but we had never met Polar before, and we just hit it off, and it went really well. Shows were good. We just had a good time.
So good. Like you say, you're currently on tour with Former Thieves. Can you name a few reasons why people should check them out?
They're incredible musicians, for one. They're four of the most genuine kids. It's I don't know. It's they're really, they put everything they have into every single show. Yeah. It's not a gimmick.
Just an honest band.
Yeah.
Good musicians playing good music. Yeah. I don't know. That's enough reason for me. And then we just sort of played a few shows with them and had some mutual friends and
went on tour with them. Honestly.
Yeah, a few years ago this is, and then
in the States.
Yeah, became friends with them. But yeah, even over time, they've just. I feel like every show we play with them is better than the last. Yeah. They're people. The coolest thing for me with that band is that each member of that band is actively striving to still become a better musician.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah.
People have been questioning if the 4 acoustic tracks on Synthy and if you guys will come online in the future EP releases. Will it, or are you going to focus on your solo project more?
I just finished the solo record, but the acoustic stuff might end up on more records, but as of right now, it's just kind of something that we did for Sleepless Nights, and then just kind of, we're happy that it was very well received. But we never know what we're going to do on our next record until we're in the thick of it. So
you haven't been checking that?
No, we haven't even started writing yet.
So are you ready with an idea of what the next storyline will be?
Yeah, the storyline is going to continue, just from a different character's perspective.
Okay, cool. If you had to pick one old and one new band that influences your musical direction, which one would be?
It's always a tough question, just because Jay said this the other day in an interview that the bands that he loves and idolizes as musicians and stuff, you can't even really tell that it influences the band. His favorite bands are Dinosaur Jr., Fugazi, and Title Sleep dudes. I'm on tour with them too, they're fucking great. I don't know, musically, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of bands that we all love that it doesn't really shine through, but it's more of a musical philosophy of just play what you really feel. Play honest music.
If you had to name a few of those bands that or shape you in your
I mean, there's so many. I just think it's such an eclectic. I mean, I say such an eclectic or broad, genre, different genres of music that we all listen to and we all like. But it's really not. But
every member brings a different style to things.
Some of us just want listen to Smoking Popes and Derek really likes a lot of old Chicago punk bands and Midwest stuff. I mean that doesn't even sum up.
Yeah,
it's so broad. Yeah, new bands that we all really like: Lucero, The Hold Steady, Russian Circles. Just
all of our friends' bands. That does definitely have an influence, even though we don't really probably realize it. But
getting to play with La Dispute, multiple times, night after night, definitely puts you in a spot where you're inspired.
Definitely.
Same goes for Touche and all these bands.
The younger bands.
Yeah, that's cool.
like you're writing it based on war stories. Do you think today's youth is aware of the impact of war? Is that on like the past generation?
I think so. I would hope so. But it's definitely not all war based. It's like it's something that gets like kind of misconstrued. There was only Lost Ground is the only one that's the first 3 songs are in World War II. Yeah. Everything else is meant to be like post-war, like like a look on how America was supposedly in this like really prosperous time, but there was still so many just families hurt by losing their family members, jobs being lost after they come home and stuff like that. It's not meant to be like this is all about World War II.
Yeah, I don't think people look at it and go, I don't think kids listening to the record look at it and go, oh yeah, I can relate to this story that took place in America, in the 1950s or whatever. But like post-World War II American life. But
I think also relatable to now. Like
maybe they can put it into their own context. Maybe not.
If you could use this interview to as a platform to promote like environmental awareness or equal rights, what would you tell people?
Just try your best. You can't tell people how to live, but you could kind of see that our humanity's impact on the environment is, you see it every day. Especially in the States, you drive by a fucking landfill, no matter what part of the country you're in, it's like, that is a giant pile of trash.
Yeah. I had this conversation, or a similar conversation yesterday at New Noise Fest with a friend of ours, and it was just sort of like, we were just talking, and it seemed like no matter, we both always came back to this idea that no matter how much, whatever recycling you want to do or anything like that, it's still not doing anything positive for the world. Like there's very, very few things, if any, that humans can do positively to the earth. Like you can slow down the death. Yeah.
We're already so
no problem.
We're so far deep. The Industrial Revolution just spawned just convenience for everyone. Yeah. And so as much as a small population of kids within the hardcore scene or kids within any scene,
I just feel like
there's 20,000 other people that don't give a shit, and we'll just go every day. We'll just be like, oh, cool. I have this coffee mug. I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna go leave it over there. I have a case of beer that I just finished. I'm gonna throw it in the trash right now. It's just.
I just think for me personally, it's no matter what issue I'm sort of examining, no matter what issue is sort of under the microscope, whether it's war or politics or anything like that, it always sort of comes back to the environment for me. I don't know. It seems to be one of the more immediate concerns, at least for me. And I think it's just kind of I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think we all sort of feel the effects of that when you're driving through the Midwest and you see just mega farms for 70 miles of corn. In the U.S. It's you feel the effects of it a little bit more, I think. So, I don't even know if that really answered the question. We just sort of rambled, but.
In the ongoing discussion, if the hardcore scene will never be the same as it once was, or the hardcore scene is alive and well, what's that really pick?
I would say it's alive and well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is what you feel like today's hardcore scene?
I think it's great. There's still a bunch of kids that come to shows and are inspired and go and start another band. And that's what it's all about.
It's a little weird to see some band that dresses like vampires playing, on a Warped Tour with neon purple shirts and stuff like that, and they somehow call themselves hardcore or get lumped in with hardcore. And so I think on that level, it might be a little you know, unfortunate that like that stuff sort of gets lumped in. But I think far more good has come over time than bad, for sure.
There's been so many bands in the last 10 years that have just...
If you really look at, you know, like the guts, I feel like a lot more good has come. Yeah. So, yeah.
What 2012 release game recommended?
2012 release.
Alphen aan. Was that 2011? No, that was 2011.
Yeah. It's 2012.
I don't fucking know what that is.
Let's see. Well,
New
speaking
Monster.
of, yeah. Was that 2000? Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch actually. Sea Haven, I think, put out a record this year. I'm the Avalanche, I think. Avalanche United came out 2012. Like, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of good records out for sure. Hot Music, put out a new record. Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Probably go on that for a while.
Take it on.
Cool. Thanks.
Let's talk about the old days.